Yo, 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 what is going on, everybody? It's your boy PJ. And guess what? Football is back. So, you know that means one thing. We are back with Players of the Week, chosen by the people of the great people of the Stoop Life. Excuse me. We have our offensive players and our defensive players. Last year, you guys killed it making every single pick. Remember, I'm not the person choosing this. This is chosen by the people off the Stoop Life on the Instagram and Facebook group. And I gotta say, they always choose the right thing. I rarely disagree with my guys. So let's get right to it. Offensively, I think this week we've seen some ballers. The candidates for this week is Patrick Mahomes, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, AJ Brown. Now let me break this down. Pat Mahomes was out there looking like a magician. Let's be real. Pat Mahomes was out there slinging it. I know I said a lot of things about the Chiefs coming in this season. I said they weren't even going to be a playoff team because of how tough that division is. But the way Patty Mahomes looked, I literally might have to change my mind on this one. My man was 30 for 39 for 360 yards and five tutties, man. Five tutties. Do you understand? That's five TDs in week one. And he made it look so easy. And you know what? In my opinion, Patrick Mahomes, he can carry this damn team on offense. I've been critical of him, but you know what? The kid is a magician. That's the best word I can say. Patty Mahomes is a magician. Like he is, like he can go abracadabra alakazoo and there's a touchdown. That's how good he is. He does remind me of Aaron Rodgers, but honestly, I think he might be a little bit better. And it's coming from a Packers fan. Saquon Barkley, I think he's back. I know he's back actually. And Giant fans seem to be a little bit excited for him because Saquon Barkley is coming off an injury. It takes 2 years to recover from that bad injury he had. And to show you the proof of that, he was 18 carries, 164 yards, one TD. He averaged 9.1 yards per carry. Oh, let's not to mention he had six receptions, 30 yards, and now throwing a 68-yard run. Saquon was balling, and it's good to see him come back with a bang. You know what I mean? It's good to see him say, okay, I'm still Saquon Barkley. It's a shame he plays for the Giants. They won this week, though. That's the one thing about these players of the week. They have to win. And his team won this week. So, and with a large part on him. Like he looked like the Saquon Barkley that we saw when he was a rookie. We saw that glance in him. And we remember how good he was at Penn State and as a rookie. Oh man, I'll tell you right now, if the Giants can lean on that run game and let those young receivers go to work, Danny Dimes is gonna have a very easy job to do this year. So I love that performance. I think he's gonna continue getting better. He needed last year to kind of, get his legs up under him. It was a little bit rough, but he's back. I think I would say he's back now. Do they win that division? Who knows? But right now, Saquon balled out, and it was really really nice to see that from a guy who a lot of people are counting out. And by the way, he is in the running for comeback player of the year. I laugh about that because it's a joke because he played more than 8 games, I believe, last year. But let's get to the next guy. The guy I was raving for last year, who I thought was the MVP, Jonathan Taylor, 31 carries, 161 yards, one tutty. One touchdown. For those of you that don't know what a tutty is, averaging 5.2 yards a carry. He's the workhorse of that team. That's going to open up a lot, make life a lot easier for Matt Ryan, makes it a lot easier for him to get Pittman open. JT, your guys, everybody knows how I feel about JT. He is an absolute killer. He's, in my opinion, if he keeps playing like the way he's playing, he has a strong push for MVP this year. And I just hope he stays healthy and he plays very well. That division honestly is anybody's. So you just throw it up. Oh, it's your division. It's anybody's division. I mean, I don't think the Titans look great. I don't think Jaguars look great. But the Texans won this week, but I don't think they're gonna be able to carry that over. Then you got the team who I think should be running that division, and that's the Colts, and he's leading these Colts. Granted, they're down a man on defense, but that run game is looking great, and the offensive line is always intact. Now, the next guy I want to talk about, it pains me to talk about this guy because I'm a Packers fan, and the way he ripped us apart, I'm not going to explain how he did it. He still did it. Justin Jefferson went off for 9 receptions, 184 yards, and 2 tutties. I need to repeat that. 9 receptions, 184 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He ripped up my defense. They were playing a lot of zone, and Jair was not on you. But you still balled the fuck out. You did your job. I love Justin Jefferson. Years back when it was him and Herbert for Rookie of the Year, I was calling Justin Jefferson all day. Justin Jefferson's an animal. He's a beast. It sucks my team got to see him twice a year, but it is what it is. He's a great player. And he literally carried that team. He carried the Vikings this week. He made Kirk Cousins look MVP. And that's crazy. That's crazy. He made Kirk Cousins look like one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL just for this week. We'll get into that later. Another guy I want to talk about is a hometown guy. Not literally hometown, but he plays for the hometown team, Philadelphia Eagles. A.J. Brown, 10 receptions for 155 yards and not getting in the end zone. But he set a record for a receiver's first game as an Eagle. It was basically Jalen Hurts rolls out and throws it up to A.J. Brown, and he got to it. And that's what the Eagles were missing last year. I love Devontae Smith, and I believe Devontae Smith is going to get a lot more chances next game or later on the year as it opens up. I think Jalen's trying to make sure that connection between him and A.J. Brown are good, and it showed. Didn't get the end zone, like I said. He didn't touch the end zone, but what are you going to do? He still put up 10 receptions and 155 yards. If I'm an Eagles fan, I am extremely happy with his performance. I can't wait. I can't wait till we play I can't wait for them to get on the field and play against them lonely Minnesota Vikings. And I hope they crush them. There is a guy I do want to bring up that we didn't really speak about because if you know that you can only vote for these on 2 places, and that's Facebook and Instagram. There is a guy that we did not bring up that I should have, and it's a guy I've been defending for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, probably honestly since he's been in the league. And that's Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had a Carson Wentz-like game, but better. Let's just say he threw for 313 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. Now, ignore the 2 interceptions. They won the game. The most important thing we saw from him is he led them on the winning drive. And he looked good doing it, man. 4 TDs, 313 yards, was not scared. He looked really good. But, unfortunately, he did not get the win. This week's Offensive Player of the Week is my man, Patty Mahomes. And I don't think there's anybody else who you would want to vote for aside from Patty Mahomes. Me personally, I love Saquon Barkley's performance, but the people chose Pat Mahomes, so they have spoken. People have spoken. I can't go against my people. If that's who y'all want, I'm 100% down for it regardless. And it being Pat Mahomes and how he did it, you got my full clearance, brother. Now let's move on to the defensive side of the ball. Now, defense was fun this week. I will say that defense was fun this week. And for week 1, for a defense to be fun is kind of unusual. And I want to tell you why, because a lot of these offenses look like all-star offenses in week 1 because first, there's no preseason. They hardly play preseason. Then they only get 3 preseason games and you get a week off after that. So you're not really playing. And to play defense, you gotta be able to be ready to be physical. You gotta have in your mind basically like a muscle memory when to tackle, when to take off, when you're sticking that receiver, when to look back for that ball. Like you gotta learn your tendencies. So to have this kind of games that these guys had, I'm very impressed with. Alex Highsmith, 9 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. That boy was balling off the charts. I I'm gonna say this. I wish I actually watched that performance because I'm I love when linebackers go off. I love it. I'm a defensive guy all the way. So when you have guys like this going off, it's a beautiful thing. And the Pittsburgh Steelers they're known for linebackers. And he might be the next one up. I mean, they just lost J.J. Watt. I mean, so that does suck. They just lost J.J. Watt. But this kid right here is right behind. He's going to definitely be a good cleanup guy in this defense, and is showing he can pass rush too. Next guy I want to get to, Jordan Hicks, 14 tackles. Hold on. 14 tackles, 2 sacks, I believe. Yeah, 14 tackles, a sack, and 1 forced fumble. Excuse me. Jordan Hicks, if you guys remember in Philly, he was always a solid linebacker. And I told Philly fans, once you guys lose him, you're gonna have a hole in your defense. They lost him for 3 years, and they had a hole at linebacker for 3 years. They finally got that back. But Jordan Hicks, man, he's always been a consistent linebacker, and I'm glad to see that he's starting to get his respect. Plays on he's playing for he's playing for a good defense in Minnesota. And that's a team you guys might want to look out for this year. Minnesota's defense is solid, and he's going to be the guy that who cleans up. And he's elite. He's probably a leader on that defense. You have other guys over there that make plays. He's going to be the one that you're going to be like you're going to forget about, I believe. He's always been that consistent guy. I'm going to keep on saying that. So I look forward to seeing him in more of these these defensive player of the week categories because, man. He's always been consistent. Now let's get to a man that's formerly in my division. A man that as soon as he went to the Chargers, I said Super Bowl. And that's Khalil Mack. 6 tackles and 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. He came out with a bang because people were starting to ride Khalil Mack off like he was done. I just think he was playing for a shitty ass Bears team. He had no energy. Now he's recharged for the Chargers. Caught that one. I think this kid's gonna be this guy. I can't say a kid. He's probably my age. I gotta say he's gonna be one of those anchors on that team with Joey Bosa, Derwin James, and when J.C. Jackson's fully healthy. This is a dangerous defense, and he's gonna be a problem. He's gonna be a problem to stop in the show week 1. He ripped up that that Las Vegas Raiders offensive line, but again, that's nothing new. That's where the Raiders are lacking out right now anyway. But Khalil, man, he does what Khalil Mack does, like a fucking Mack truck, breaks through your line and tackles your quarterback. Hell of a game, kid. Hell of a game. Thank God they're not in my fucking division no more. You were always an annoyance. Let's get to the next guy. Minkah Fitzpatrick, who I always said when the Steelers signed him, that was the best signing that year. 14 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 touchdown. Minkah's always been a ball hawk, so I'm not shocked about this. And I think this year he might get a nod for a defense player. This is an early prediction. This week 1, but he always should have been in consideration for it. I always love the way Minkah plays. He's a ball hawk. He put his nose down, make the tackle. He's not scared to get dirty. He's a complete defensive back. And again, this is another guy on that Pittsburgh defense that is going to be lighting it up. And don't sleep on the Pittsburgh Steelers. If you go back and watch our predictions on our podcast, on the prediction podcast for the Stoop Life, the one team I said I bring up right away, Pittsburgh Steelers ain't nothing to fuck with. They can easily win that division. If all the chips fall in place, they're winning that division. So you got 2 guys on there, dogs, and add on Casey Hayward. And when TJ Watt gets healthy from that pec injury, oh man, the team's gonna be good, man. One last guy we have, Kennard Grugier-Hill, 18 tackles, 14 solo. This is another guy who played for the Eagles, who was always a consistent player. And he was actually really good in coverage. These aren't numbers that we're not used to seeing from him. hell of a player though, man. Granted, I think it's a shame he's not going to get a lot of praise. I'm sorry, guys, it's a little late right now. So I'm making this for you. Hold on, sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties. But he had a hell of a game. I look forward to seeing him again in these defensive players of the year, defensive players of the week, because he's always been a consistent linebacker. But the winner of this week's defensive player of the week is Khalil Mack. The people chose it. I chose it. So we're all on the same page. The Stoop life is a shit. We know our shit. And the fact that we all chose this is a beautiful thing. Khalil Mack is going to be a problem this year. He should be. I believe I saw the odds. He's right up there for defensive player of the year. And I'm not shocked. So that's everything, guys. You're getting one of these once a week, like usual. We know how we do with these players of the week. But aside from that, guys, look out for those lines that Bobby drops because he's amazing at it. He's been very effective in NCAA picks. We do have our pick'ems. So our NFL pick'ems as well against the spread. We have our fantasy thing going on. Of course, you got to watch the podcast, the best sports podcast on this side of PA, My Side of the Block podcast. That's because it's been a while. I'm sorry, the Stoop Life, the greatest podcast on this side of the PA. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys are ripping me up in the comments for having a little technical difficulties there, but I hope you guys are talking some football. Thank you for everything. Look forward to doing these once a week. I love these. You guys know I love these. It's because you guys pick it, and I just speak for you guys. I'm the voice for you guys. I never go against my team. There's been times where the player that I like didn't get picked, but look, I don't go against the team. You guys got it. Thank you guys for everything, man. It's your boy PJ. I'm out.